Hello, chemists. Michele Glass here, and our conversation for this video is all about organic molecules. Now, we've already talked about organic molecules as being carbon and hydrogen based. And the thing that is significant here is that carbon atom. So carbon, remember, has atomic number of 6. So when we draw it out, we put 6 protons in the nucleus, 6 neutrons in the nucleus. You put 2 electrons in that first innermost shell, and then that's leaving 4 electrons for the valence shell. So carbon can make 4 bonds. We can also draw carbon like this, where each one of those dashed lines represents a single pair of shared electrons. Now, when I think about carbon atoms, I think about a toy I had as a kid. It's called a Tinker Toy. And so you have this circular piece, and then you have these wooden sticks that you can stick in. And that allows you to start building your structure, right? So this is like, here's the carbon and here's the 4 possible bonds that carbon can form, right? So it can join with another carbon. This is an old piece and things don't always fit well. So here we go. These are gonna fall out. I think you're getting the idea here. Maybe we put the other carbon here, and then this can go out. And so real quickly, we can see capacity for a lot of different kind of constructions. So we can go here with it, or maybe we go here with it, right? Or maybe we go here with it. And so we can just build out and out and out. And so that's the beauty of that carbon. So because carbon can make those 4 bonds and build these very elaborate molecules, when we talk about organic molecules, we often talk about these as macro molecules, where the term prefix macro, remember, means big. Macro means big. What we'll see is that very often our organic molecules are composed of monomers, which we can think of as like a building block. And then we can chain those monomers together to build what we call a polymer, where poly means many. So many building blocks together. So if our building block was something like this, then our monomer would be lots of these linked together in some pattern. Right, so a simple way of doing that is also just to like make a bead and then link together your beads. And again, you can start going really elaborate. There's lots of configurations because that carbon can form those 4 bonds. That's super significant. When we talk about organic chemistry, we also want to talk about what are called functional groups. And you can think about these functional groups. You can think about these functional groups, your book calls them like cliques. So they hang out together, and when they're together, then they have certain properties that are significant. So we need to be familiar with several of these. We have the hydroxyl group, which is an OH. So we already saw hydroxide ion. That was when the hydroxyl group is by itself. We have what's called the carboxyl group. And this is going to be a carbon with a double bond to oxygen and then an OH group. We have what's called an amino group, which is nitrogen with 2 hydrogen atoms attached. We have what's called a methyl group, which is a carbon that has the rest of its bonds full with hydrogen. And then we have a phosphate group. Phosphate is going to be phosphorus with oxygen bound. And this has a negative charge associated with it. So that's going to be super important when we talk about the role of phosphate. All of these are described for you in a little bit more detail in your text. So take a little bit of time. Remember, the text is linked in the description to read about the attributes of these.